Day 457, Tokyo in full bloom. My sakura still waiting. Myoko Kogen, Osaka, then journey. Day 457, April 1st, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo has already announced full bloom mankai. Across the city, cherry blossoms are open, bright, and complete. And yet, the Asahiyama Sakura in front of still hasn't full bloom. The birds are there. They arrive. They are already, but they remain closed. This contrast feels stronger today. When everything announced you bloom, you naturally hope, just this one. I want this sakura to bloom. Not all blossoms are the same. Some are beautiful because they bloom together. Some are meaningful because you wait for them personally. The Hakuchouge Serissa has leaves a quiet impression. The leaves have turned pale. Leaves are turned pale. Almost white, which is beautiful in this one way. But still, I find myself thinking, I want to see more flowers. Beauty is already present, yet expectation remains. Bonsai reflection. Personal timing. Even when the world celebrates, your moment may not have already yet. And that is not failure. It simply means your timing is your one. Then travel Myoko Kogen, Osaka. From snow mountains to urban light, connected globally. Myoko Kogen, Niigata. Japan Myoko Kogen. Snow-covered mountains, quiet alpine air, strong seasonal contrast, global parallels, Swiss Alps, Zermatt, St. Moritz, Highland silence, Aspen, USA, seasonal transformation, Canadian Rockies, scale and stillness, Bonsai connection, mountain style bonsai express endurance and vertical strength, slow growth builds deep structure. Descending from Myoko, snow gives way to flowing water, cold air softens, forest open into fields, global parallels, Alps northern Italy plains, high Himalayas, Indian lowlands, Rocky Mountain, western US valleys, bonsai connection, branch structure within as elevation lowers, expansion flows steadily. Moving toward Kansai, rivers widen, cities begin to appear, movement shall accelerate, global parallels, renewed river cities, Europe, Donau River cities, Yanchu Bonsai transition, China, East urban corridors, Bonsai connection, flow becomes visible, the tree begins to express direction. Osaka, Japan Osaka, energy, light and movement, dense urban rhythm, food people and constant motion, Global Parents, New York, USA, Non-Stop Energy, Seoul, Korea, First Structured Intensity, Bangkok, Thailand, Vibrant Layered Life, Bonsai Connection, even in a limited pot, balance creates harmony within intensity. Bonsai philosophy, waiting versus accepting. Today reveals something deeper. The world blooms, my tree does not. The leaves are beautiful, but I want flowers. This is human, to see beauty and still want more. Thank you for your listening. Please subscribe on this channel, then Bonsai Vibes. Thank you. Day 459, April 3rd, 2026, from Tokyo, Japan. Zen Bonsai Vibes. Welcome to Zen Bonsai Vibes on YouTube. I think the Serissa new shoots have begun to emerge. New shoots. It seems does not dry. In contrast, the beds, the flower is not already open. The moss, the surface of moss is starting to dry. Day 459, 묘 타오마 평평내 세 준호の桜が3年生浜松大阪全ジャーニー Day 459 2026クネエイプリル3家東京東京묘タオがビョンピョームアビピョンネイネセーバーミョウタオタロウロマチェリーバンミョガピョンリンビーアセアウンピーアペピョンネイバデタペーメジュノーシェシマーシタウ旭山桜がアチマジョンテッパブーパンテッカミャーチーラビーアチェネポーニラタウトライベタペーメジュノーシェシマーシタウ旭山桜がアチマチョンテッパブーパッテカミャウーチラービアチョネポーニラタロウトゥイパデタペーメタイセッセピエネイパデミンタンゴンガマネカネットトゥートゥーバー2タベーメカンザーチェッカタッカパンチョンレービアヤンカサウンネータロートゥイケパデナウッタヨンチートゥイラビ acen e naurecco raccantanero tui haraba. Ayaronga tabienna machon teppapu. Tunyada naiyun auma. Tampin tappin tagga. Koppai 리ズムにtuippaで。白鳥毛セリッサがアフユンヤンぴょうぴょうないあゆえみゃこセレピャネイバでアフユタウンルパトゥイシーメタベーメアネゴサンダタクグがチェイネンセイナウッタパンタウッポンレイアピョンピョンミャタピョウミョウロウタサンタがミャピョウッテパブ盆栽アトレトゥレトゥミンガンノンターレウッタアタいっぱいパーママピョンレータロウミニャで桜がピョンネイセイミョウタオがピャンピョイセイネイセイタベーメアタンマタクタッカピョンレネイバでトゥトゥミンガンネッサンマトゥダウアタいっぱいコタウセイナイパインで全トラベル浜松大阪カンペイエシーセムーネ妙旅エナジー浜松ジャパン浜松浜名湖カンペイレーネピョンリテカウペンギンタバワネッサロームローガンアチャータミャミャンマートゥートゥーニガリバリカンベイタイセカンロウダンモーラミャインカンペイエイチャムノッゲーボンサイカンペイアネイエボンピンプランチミャーピャンネータミャートゥイパでチュープカネカンネイアナウッパトワテーカーミンガンミャーミャウピャンサンラテミャネプレインミャーチェリサッテシーセメーセレッピョーミャンマートゥートゥエイヤワディミャーマーアセッチェマンダレーブレインタバワネミョーボンサイシーセメームーガフォームコットピョー大阪ジャパン大阪アイハウビンミャンミョーループシャーアテアセトゥーデダーメメテシステム C ミャンマートゥートゥヤンゴンミュリズムダウンタウンヤンゴンレイヤーミョーボンサイトゥーデマータミョーアンティティミャンマースピリチュアルボンサイフィロソフィー民間がマヨンレペープーナレッピーボンレビー桜がピエネムセータベーメマフィヨテプーがマコーロップー Day 462 A tiny moss sprout Sakura reaching upward Takato Castle Osaka Castle then journey Description Day 462 April 6, 2026 Tokyo The sense looks almost unchanged but today's feels slightly different. The Asahiyama Sakura still has not bloomed. However, the buds no longer just swelling. They are gradually extending upward. Not open yet, but clearly moving. There is a quiet sense of direction now. The Hakuchoge Serissa continues its gentle shift. The upper leaves have taken a soft, pale white tone, creating a calm and delicate impression. It doesn't feel like decline. It felt like adjustment. And today, I noticed something new. A small sprout emerging from the moss. Very small, almost invisible at first, but one thing impossible to ignore. Even in places that seem still, life has already begun again. Bonsai reflection quite signals Not all growth announces itself. Sometimes it appears as a slightly upward movement. A soft change in color. A tiny sprout. These are small signs, but they carry real meaning. Then travel, Takato Castle, Osaka Castles, Blossom, Structure and Balance, Global Connections 8 Spots, Takato Castle, Nagano, Takato Castle Ruins Park, dense sakura and seasonal atmosphere, local castle town streets, quiet and grounded, global parallels, Washington D.C. cherry blossom, Bon Sakura Street, Soul Spring Parks, blossom are shared across cultures, Central Japan transition, inner valley, open space between mountains, Kiso River corridor, natural regional flow, global parallels, Rhine Valley, Europe, Yanju Basin, China, flow connects everything, Osaka Castle area, Osaka Castle strength and historical presence, Castle Park Sakura, contrast of structure and bloom, global parallels, Tower of London, Forbidden City, European royal complexes. Structure gives context to beauty. Additional perspective, 7 castle, nature integration, urban historical lowering, global parallels, European old town, Asian capital cities, balance creates harmony, global insight, across all regions, blossom express, river connects, structure hold, different places, same patterns, bonsai philosophy, small beginning matter. Today's change, a sprout in the moss, bud strength upward, leaves shifting tone, nothing dramatic, but everything meaningful. Thank you for your watching on Zen Bonsai Vibes on YouTube. Thank you. So, I'm going to rotate the bonsai. So, is there any change every day? I think I find 2 new Serissa on the moss. Here. And the lower leaf will become yellow. There is no yellow flower on the middle and upper side. Asahiyama Sakura. No, there's a little bit change from then viewpoints. I think a little bit change every day, but there is it. Day 462, Zen Bonsai Vibes from Tokyo, Japan. Look, I find it some buds on the surface. It's amazing. New Serissa, I found it, will become from the surface. In contrast, the Asahiyama Sakura, there is no buds on the moss. But some middle buds become bigger and bigger. Yes. So I think the middle buds will become upper side and size bigger. It's a day 462. In contrast, new Serissa, I think I found a flower of Serissa. The other side of flower will become not going well, and the leaf will become much more black. I think it will be end on the flower situation. Day 463. Bigger sakura buds. Still no bloom. Hirosaki Hamamatsu Zen Journey. Description: Day 463, April 7, 2026, Tokyo. The Asahiyama Sakura buds are clearly getting larger again. They feel fuller, closer, more prepared than before. And yet, they still do not open. Across Japan, many sakura are already in bloom, but this one remains closed. At this stage, it no longer feels like delay. It feels like a very precise timing. Hakuchoge Serissa showed a different change. The pale white tone in the leaves has become stronger, more visible, more present. Not flowers, but still a kind of expression. Bonsai reflection. Expression takes many forms. Blooming is not the only way to express life. Sometimes color changes, structure shifts, subtle tones appear. These are also forms of growth. Then travel Hirosaki Castle, Hamamatsu Castle, from northern blossom to coastal flow with India connections. Hirosaki Castle Aomori, Japan. Hirosaki Castle, one of Japan's most famous sakura locations. Dense blossoms and layered petals, strong seasonal contrast. India parallels Srinagar Kashmir Tulip Gardens, seasonal bloom landscape. Himachal Pradesh orchards, mountain blossom. Seasonal beauty connects regions. Moving south, cold fades, river widen, landscape soften. India parallels, Himalaya foothills, plains transition, Ganges River basin flow. Flow defines continuity. Mountain and valley balance, quiet rooted expression. India parallels, Appalachian Valley, Western Ghats transitions. Tehran shape structure, Hammamet Castle Shizuoka. Japan Hammamet Castle, modest but strategical structure, surrounded by open city space. Indian parallels, Golconda Fort, Hyderabad, strong historical presence. Jishibha Fort, structure within landscape. Strength does not require scale. Water, wind, and openness form one dynamic environment. Indian parallels, Kerala backward water central life, Goa coastline, sea and rhythm. Water creates balance. Global insight, shared patterns across Japan and India. Blossoms, seasonal expression, rivers, connection, forts, structure, water, balance. Different culture, same principles. Bonsai philosophy, not yet, still moving. Today's key observation, the buds grow but do not open. The leaves change but do not bloom. And still everything is progressive. World Observance April 7, World Health Day, a reminder that balance matters. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match June 11, 2026. 65 days remaining. Final reflection. The buds expand. The leaves brighten. Nothing blooms. Yet nothing is still. Thank you for following this journey. Thank you for your watching on YouTube. Zen Bonsai Vibes. Bonsai philosophy, quiet arrangement, today's elements, buds rising upward, no watering needed, moss sprout visible, slight withering in leaves, nothing dramatic, but everything arrangement. World Observance April 10th, global awareness themes across cultures. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match June 11, 2026. 62 days remaining. Final reflection. The buds continue upward. The sprout becomes clear. No bloom yet, but no imbalance either. Everything is quietly progressing. Thank you for following this journey from Zen Bonsai Vibes on YouTube. Thank you. Day 466. Upward buds. Continue moss sprout clear. Shimane Okazaki Zen Journey. Description. YouTube. Day 466. April 10th, 2026. The Asahiyama Sakura buds continue to grow larger. And today they are still strengthening upward steadily. Not opening yet, but clearly advancing. This stage now feels constant, growth without bloom but with direction. Since I watered yesterday, no watering was needed today. The soil and moss still hold enough moisture. Sometimes steadily comes from not adding anything. The Hakuchoge Serissa shows a subtle but layered change. The new moss sprout is now clearly visible. There are no signs of dryness, and now a small area has turned pale white. Not a single strong signal, but something to observe. Growth and change are happening simultaneously. Bonsai reflection. Stability with subtle change. Today is not about action. It is about balance. Not about balance. Not watering. Not forcing. Just observing. Even in stability, small changes continue. Then travel Shimane Okazaki. From ancient calm to structured power, with Malayalam speaking region parallels 8 detailed spots. Shimane Matsue Izumo. First, Matsue Castle, preserved wooden castle, quiet and authentic. Second, Izumo Taisha Shrine, one of Japan's oldest spiritual city sites. Malayalam region parallels Kerala Guruvayur Temple, deep-rooted spiritual tradition. Padmanabhaswani Temple, Tiruvananthapuram, sacred structure and ritual continuity. Spiritual spaces shape cultural identity. 3. Shimane coastline, rugged, quiet, less commercial. 4th, Lake Shinji sunset, calm, reflective water. Kerala parallels, Barakara cliff, coastal stillness with a spiritual tone. Kerala backwaters, water reflection on daily life. Water brings a rhythm and reflection. 5th, Chugok mountain routes, forest and slow transition. 6th, river system toward central Japan. Kerala parallels, Western Ghats, dense forest ecosystem. Periyar region, nature shaping life. Terrarian defined movement. Okazaki Castle Aichi. 7th, Okazaki Castle, birthplace of Tokugawa Ieyasu. Structural power. 8th, Yahagi River area, natural flow surrounding the region. Malayalam region parallels, Bekal Fort, Kerala, strong coastal structure, hill forts in South India, power integrated with landscape. Structure emerged from geography. Global insight, shared patterns across Japan and Kerala. Shrine temple, spiritual foundation. Water system, life and flow. Forest, depth and resilience. Coastal forts, structure and protection. Different region, same underlying patterns. Day 467. Upward bats continue. Subtle relief changes. Kujo Hachiman, Fukuoka Zen Journey. Description YouTube. Day 467. April 11th, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. The Asahiyama Sakura buds continue to grow larger. And today they are still strengthening upward without opening. They feel ready. They look prepared. And yet they remain closed. All closed. And this stage, it no longer feels like waiting. It feels like precise moment being protected. Since I watered 2 days ago, no watering was needed today. The moss still holds enough moisture. Nothing to add, nothing to adjust. Sometimes stability is a right condition. The Hakuchoge Serissa shows more complex sign signals today. The new moss sprout is clearly visible. It's clearly visible. They are not trying to sign of dryness. The small area has turned pale white. Pale white. And now some leaves show darker. Here, some leaves are become darker. Not a single direction, but multiple signals at once. This is not simple growth. This is adaptation. Bonsai reflection, complexity within stability. At the first glance, nothing changes, but when you look closely, upward movement, new life in moss, color shifts in leaves. Everything is moving, just not in one direction. Then travel Kujo Hachiman Fukuoka, water towns to urban flow, with detailed Kerala Malayam region parallels 8 spots. Kujo Hachiman Gifu. First, Kujo Hachiman Castle, mountain top castle above a water town. Second, Kujo waterways, crystal clear canals running through daily life. Kerala parallels, Arapatia allegedly backwaters, water integrated into life. Kumarkon, calm slow moving water system, water defined rhythm and culture. Third, Nagara River Basin, flowing through history and landscape. Fourth, rural plains and tradition, quiet expansion, Kerala parallels, Periyan River, life flowing through regions. Kerala inland village, balance of nature and human life, flow connects everything. Fifth, Seto inland sea routes, calm sea and scattered inland. Sixth, Hiroshima Yamaguchi corridor, layered history and movement. Kerala parallels, Bembondan Lake, large calm water body. Coastal Kerala transition, land and sea blending. Calm surface, hold deep movement. Fukuoka Castle, 7th, Fukuoka Castle ruins, structure with open urban space. 8th, Audley Park and water system. City and water in balance, Kerala parallels, Bekal Fort, strong structure near the sea. Kochi, Fort Kochi, history, coast and cultural layering, structure adapts to environment. Global insight, shared system, across Japan and Kerala, water towns, flow, rivers, connection, coastal fort, structure, coastal zone, openness, different regions, same underlying systems. Bonsai philosophy, multiple signals. Today's lesson is subtle. Sakura, upward growth. Moss, new life. Leaves, mixed signals. Growth is not simple, it's layered. World Observance, April 11th. Global Culture and Environmental Awareness Themes. Countdown, FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match, June 11th, 2026. 61st days remaining. Final reflection, the bird lights, the leaves shift, the moss grows. Nothing blooms, but everything speaks. Thank you for following this journey from Zen Bonsai Vibes on YouTube. Please subscribe and follow this channel. Thank you. And now, new darker, almost black tones appear on pots of leaves. Because of this, I watered the Serissa as well. Multiple signals, but the one response, restore balance. Bonsai reflection, responding to condition. Today is not about waiting, it's about responding. Dryness, water. Imbalance, adjustment. Signals, action. Growth, require attention. Then travel, 五稜郭 Takasaki, from northern geometry to inland strength, with detailed Telugu region parallels 8 spots. 五稜郭 Hakodate. First, 五稜郭 Fort, star-shaped geometric fortress. Second, Hakodate city view, structure design from above. Telugu region parallels, Goryokak Fort, Hyderabad, strategic design and elevation, Warangal Fort, Telangana, geometric layout and historical depth. Geometry creates strength and clarity. Fifth, Tohoku Mountains, forest silence, resilience. 6. Plains toward Kanto. Telugu region parallels, Eastern Ghats, rugged Tehran and quiet strength. Deccan Plateau transitions, gradual landscape shifts. Terrain shapes growth patterns. Takasaki Castle, Gunma. 7th, Takasaki Castle ruins, structure within open land. Toned River Basin. 8. Toned River Basin, flow supporting region. Telugu region parallels, Krishna River Basin, lifeline on the region. Hyderabad urban structure, balance between history and modernity. Structure flow must be coexist. Global insight, system repeat. Across Japan and Telugu region, port structure, river flow, coast openness, plateau stability. Different region, some principle. Bonsai philosophy, act when needed. Today's signals were clear. Most right water, leaves changed attention, birds rising continuation. Growth is not passive, it requires response. World Observers, April 12th. Global awareness theme across culture. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match June 11, 2026. 60 days remaining. Final reflection. The birds rise, the moss dries. Water is given. Nothing blooms yet, but everything is maintained. Thank you for following this journey from Zen Bonsai Vibes. Day 468. Dry moss. Watering again. Birds still rising. Goryokak Takasaki Zen Journey. Description YouTube on Zen Bonsai Vibes. Day 468, April 12th, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. The Asahiyama Sakura buds continue grow larger. And once again, they are strengthened upward without opening. They look ready, they feel close, but they still feel they do not bloom. At this stage, the upward movement feels strong, as if the tree is preparing with precision. Today, the moss felt dry, like because it has become thinner, so I water it again. A simple but necessary action. When the foundation dries, everything above it is affected. The Hakuchoge Serissa shows cleaner signs today. The new sprout is visible and stable. But the surface feels dry. Some areas are turning pale and white. It becomes white. And now darker, almost black tones appear on parts of leaves. Day 469. Moss turning green again. Birds still rising. Akita Castle to Sakura Castle then journey. Description YouTube on them Bonsai Vibes. Day 469, April 13, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Today, the first thing that stands out is the moss. After watering, the surface has slowly returned to a soft green tone. Yes, this part, a little bit soft green tone. From a distance, it feels calm and stable again. Not bright, not dramatic, just quietly alive. The Asahiyama Sakura beds continue to expand. Still reaching upward without opening, they remain closed. But today, they feel different. The tree has absorbed water well. The trunk looks moist and fresh. The buds feel firm and energized. The base, supported by moss, feels stable. Not bloom yet, but no weakness either. Rikugien Serissa continue to slowly layer signals. A new moss sprout is clearly visible. Some areas are turning pale white. It's very clearly to see. Other parts show darker leaf tones. And after watering, the moss now acts as quiet indicator. It reflects balance, it reflects recovery, it reflects unseen condition beneath everything. The moss is not the focus, but it supports everything. Then travel Akita Castle to Sakura Castle, northern stillness to Kanto structure, expanded India Kerala connections moss perspective. Akita region, open land and quiet base. Japan Akita Castle plains, wide open landscape, mineral structure, calm atmosphere. Their feeling is similar to moss spreading quietly across ground, not dominating but stabilizing. Kerala and South India, water green and lying ground. First, Arapusha Arejipay backwaters. Water flows slowly through daily life. Green layers surrounded everything. Like moss, water holds the system together quietly. Second, Munnar, Kerala highlands. Rolling green hills covered in tea plantations, moisture and prayer grows. The entire landscape feels like expanded moss, soft, continuous, and alive. 3. Wayland forest region. Dense, deep green ecosystems, moist ground, hidden life. Moss-like conditions like beneath the surface, not always visible. 4th, Periyar, Kedai, water forest and animal movement, balance between stillness and activity. Like moss, it supports life without being the focus. 5th, Belakia Cliff, Kerala coast, land meeting ocean, layers of earth and water. Moss appears in cracks and edges, just like the persisting transition tone. 6th, Bekal Fort, Kerala, strong structure forcing the sea, ground supported history. Even here, moss grows along the stone, softening, strengthened with life. Seventh, Kochi, Fort Kochi area, culture layered over time, coastal humanity, aging texture, most naturality formed in these environments, showing time and continuity. 8. Silent Valley National Park, untouched ecosystem, pure stable environment balance. This is the most at its largest scale, a system where nothing is forced, everything is sustained. Expanded insight, most as a global pattern, across Japan and India, most foundation, water movement, forest depths, structure forms in every region what support life in open quiet. Bonsai philosophy, what supports matters most. Today's key realization, the most turned green again. Not a flower, not the leaf, the base, and that changed everything. World Observance April 13th Global Environment Awareness Themes Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026 Opening match June 11, 2026 59 days remaining. Final reflection The birds rise, the trunk holds water. The moss turns green again. Nothing blooms, but the foundation is alive. Thank you for following this journey from Zen Bonsai YouTube. The Hakuchoge Serissa showed clear stress signal today. The moss surface felt dry. The new sprout is still visible but delicate. Some areas remain pale white. Other leaves show dark, almost black tones. Because of this, I watered the Serissa as well. The moss surface felt dry. The new sprout is still visible, but delicate. Some area remain pale white. Other leaves show dark, almost black tones. Because of this, I watered it again. Bonsai reflection. Moss reveals everything. The moss changed fast. Too much sun, it dries. Enough water, it recovers. Imbalance, it shows immediately. It reacts faster than tree. That's why it matters. Then travel Takato Castle to Fukuchiyama Castle. Blossom Castle and structure balance. Expanded Karunakata Kannada region parallels 8 detailed spots. Takato Castle, Nagano. First, Takato Castle Ruins Park, one of Japan's densest sakura locations. Second, surrounding Highland Town seasonal contrast and elevation. Even in bloom, heavy areas the ground like moss supports everything. Third, inner valley transition mountains opening into plains. Fourth, Kiso River system continuous natural flow. Movement depends on stable ground. Fukuchiyama Castle, Kyoto. Fifth, Fukuchiyama Castle compact but strategically strong. Sixth, Castle Town interaction structure within daily life. Strength is not scale, it's balance. Karnataka, Kannada region parallels. Seventh, Korg, Kandagu, Mystery Hills, coffee plantations, moist ground, deep green layers, like moss, constant moisture sustains everything. 8. Chikmagalur Highlands, elevated terrain, slow-growing vegetation, cool climate, layered landscape, growth is slow but deeply rooted. 9th, Hampi, Karnataka, stone structure integrated into landscape, balance between ruin and nature, like moss on tone, soft life over hard structure. 10th, Gokarna Coast, quiet balance, minor development, strong sun, rapid drying conditions like today's most too much exposure creates imbalance. Eleventh, western coast forest, dense ecosystem, moisture-driven biodiversity, moss at a large scale supporting everything beneath. 12, Bengaluru urban balance, structured city growth, green support within density, like bonsai control structure within limits. Global insight, foundation first across Japan and Karnataka, moss foundation, forest system, caste structure, some stress factor, everything depends on balance. Bonsai philosophy, respond quickly. Today's lesson is immediate, too much sun, dryness, dry moss, action needed, water restore balance. Waiting is not always correct. Sometimes you must respond quickly. World Observance, April 14th. Global Environment Awareness Themes, Counter FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening March 11, 2026. 58 days remaining. Final reflection. The birds rise, the mouse dries, water returns, nothing blooms, but balance is restored again. Thank you for following this journey on Zen Bonsai Vibes. Day 470, moss drying under sun, watering again. Takato Castle to Fukuchiyama Zen journey. Description YouTube, day 470, April 14th, 2026, Tokyo. Today, the first thing I noticed again was the moss. After receiving too much sunlight yesterday, the surface had become completely dry. So I looked stable just a day ago. So now I felt fragile. So today I watered it again. The Asahiyama Sakura buds continue to grow larger. Still stretching upward without opening. They are strong, they are ready, but the dryness revealed something important. Even when the structure is ready, the foundation can still be unstable. Moss turning green beneath, hidden life in early summer, day 473. Description YouTube. Day 473, April 17th, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Today, what stands out again in the moss, not on the surface, but beneath. The lower layers are beginning to look green again. Quietly recovering where it is less exposed. Asahiyama Sakura buds continue to expand. They are larger, more swollen, still stretching upward. And yet, they remain closed. There are still no green leaves emerging, only structure, only pressure building inside. Tokyo today feels like early summer, warm and bright. At the same time, the Kanda Youth Book Festival is being held again this spring. A different kind of growth, books, ideas, and times layered together. I might go today. The Hakuchoge Serissa, continues to show layered signals. The new moss sprout is clearly visible. Some areas remain pale white. Some leaves show dark tones. The web-like surface may have been temporary, and underneath, the moss is become green again. Surface and depth are telling different stories. Bonsai reflection, fat lies beneath. The surface may look unstable, but underneath balance is returning. Moss below recovery, moss above exposure. Birds holding energy. What we see is only part of the truth. Then travel Okayama Castle, Kofu Castle, structure, basin, and hidden balance with detailed West Bengal pearls, 8 expanded spots. Okayama Castle. First, Okayama Castle, strong block structure. Second, Kyu-Furukawa Gardens, one of Japan's most refined landscapes. West Bengal Pearls, Victoria Memorial, Kolkata, grand structure with open grounds. Indian Botanical Garden, Howard, balance of nature and design. Structure and green must coexist. Third, Seto Inland Sea Transition, calm water, soft light. Fourth, Chugok to Kansai corridors, gradual inland movement. West Bengal Pearls, Ganges Delta regions, water shopping land. Sundarbans, layered ecosystem beneath the surface. Like moss, the foundation is hidden. Fifth, mountain basin landscape, enclosed stable environment. Sixth, river-fed plains, structure growth zones. West Bengal Pearls, Darjeeling Hills, elevation and layered growth. North Bengal valleys, transition from mountain to plain. Terrain shop, growth patterns. Global insight, surface versus depth. Across Japan and West Bengal's surface visible change, beneath red stability, water connections, structure forms, different regions, some dual layers. Bonsai philosophy, hidden recovery, today's key moment, the moss below turns green, not visible at first, but essential. World Observers April 17th, Global Cultural Awareness Ends, Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026, Open Match June 11, 2026, 55 days remaining. Final reflection, the birds swell, the surface shifts, the moss beneath turns green. Nothing blooms, but something is recovering. Thank you for following this journey from Zen Bonsai YouTube. Moss holding moisture, quiet stability in early summer day 475. Moss holding moisture, quiet stability in early summer day 475. Description YouTube on Zen Bonsai Vibes. Day 475, April 19th, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Today, the first thing I noticed is the moss again. But this time it feels stable. After watering yesterday, the surface now holds just enough moisture. Not dry, not overly wet. It feels balanced, finally like moss again. The Asahiyama Sakura buds continue to grow again. They are larger. more swollen, still stretching upward, and yet they remain closed. They remain closed. There are still no green leaves emerging, but it feels like they will come soon. I think. Today's Tokyo, the weather feels like early summer again. Clear sky, bright light, and across the city, azaleas are in full bloom, while sakura still waits. Another flower expressly free. The Hakuchoge Serissa shows a more stable condition today. The new sprout is clearly visible. Some areas remain pale white. Some leaves still show dark tones. The dark tone is really expanding, I think. But now the moss feels moist and settled. And breathe, it looks like green and healthy. No urgent action needed, just observation. Bonsai reflection, when nothing needs to be done. Today's different, no dryness, no urgency, no adjustment needed. Sometimes the best action is no action. Then travel Nagahama Castle, Matsue Castle, water, lakes, and structure come with detailed Gujarat parallels 8 expanded spots. Nagahama Castle, Shiga. First, Nagahama Castle, located near Lake Biwa. Second, Lake Biwa shoreline, calm, expansive freshwater. Gujarat paralleled, Sabarmati riverfront, structure water in urban setting. Naru Sababa Sarovar Sanctuary, quiet wetland ecosystem. Water defines rhythm and stability. Third, lake to river transition, controlled water flow, rural landscape of Kansai to sun-in shore-grounded movement. Gujarat parallels, land of Kutch, vast open land with extreme conditions. Kit National Park, ecosystem shaped by balance. Stability depends on adaptation. Fifth, mountain and coastline balance. Forest needed sea. Quiet transition of terrain. Gujarat parallels, Saputara Hills, rare highland calm in water region. The Wakua coast, sea-facing spiritual landscape. Tehran influence growth patterns. Matsue Castle, Shimane. Seventh, Matsue Castle, one of Japan's few original coastlines. 8. Shinji Lake surrounding, reflective water and stillness. Gujarat parallels, Remi Village Palace, structure within open space. Sama's Temple, resilience by the sea. Structure must coexist in balance with environment. Global insight, balanced archived across Japan. Gujarat, water stabilize, heat test balance, ground moss reflects conditions, different climates, same principle. Bonsai philosophy, stability is progress. Today's key moment, nothing urgent happened. Moss stayed moist, buds continued rising. No stress signals. This is not stagnation, this is stability. World Observance, April 19th. Global Environmental Awareness Teams. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match June 11, 2026. 53 days remaining. Final reflection. The bed lies. The moss hold moisture. Nothing blooms, but everything is stable. Thank you for following this journey. From them Bonsai Vibes. Thank you very much for your listening. Moss holding through the storm rain, resilience and quiet growth, day 476. Description YouTube podcast ready. Brought to you by Zen Bonsai Vibes. Day 476, April 20th, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Sorry, April 21st, 2026. Today, everything begins again with the moss. Outside, Tokyo feels like a spring storm rain, shifting wind, unstable light. The city sakura have already turned to leaf. But here, in this small space, the moss holds steady. The Asahiyama Sakura buds continue to grow. They are larger, more swollen, still stretching upward, and yet they still do not open. Even as the outside world moves on, the tree remains in its own timing. Today feels different, not bright, not warm, but activate. Rain changes everything. Moisture increases, evaporation slows, balance shifts, and the moss responds quietly. Bonsai reflection, stability in instability. The outside world is unstable. Rain, wind, transition. But inside, buds continue upward. Moss holds moisture. Growth remains steady. True balance is not about calm conditions. It's about holding stability within change. Zen travel Nijo Castle to Kanazawa Castle. Nijo Castle to Kyoto. Nijo Castle refined structure, controlled design. Second, Kyoto garden system, precise balance of water and land. Gujarat parallels, Adaraji stepwell, water storage adapted to climate. Sapabaramiti riverfront, structure water in urban design, water control, increased stability. Third, mountain rain boots, mist moisture through transitions. Fourth, river-fed valleys, water accumulating and redistributing. Gujarat parallels, Rain of Kutch, extreme dryness versus southern water. Narmada River Basin, seasonal water balance. Water defines survival. Fifth, heavy rainfall regions, constant moisture. Sixth, traditional water management system. Gujarat parallels, Naru Sarva Bird Sanctuary, wetland ecosystem. Gir National Park, balance between dryness and life. Balance depends on adaptation. Kanazawa Castle Ishikawa, Gujarat. Seventh, Kanazawa Castle, strong structure in high moisture regions. Eighth, Rikugien Garden, one of Japan's most balanced landscapes. Gujarat parallels, Lakshmi Ville Palace, structure within controlled landscape. Somonsa Temple, resilience near the sea, structure must coexist with environment. Global insight, rain versus dryness. Across Japan, Gujarat, Japan excess water. Gujarat security of water. Most interior indicator of balance. Different extreme, some principle. Water defines life. Spotify podcast expansion toward 10 billion plays. This daily observation is not just visual, it's audio, rhythm, and repetition. Daily rhythm, habit, quiet tone, global accessibility, nature plus reflection, timeless content. Listen every anywhere, then bonsai vibes, a tree, a day, a voice, designed for focus, calm, global audience, long-term listening. The goal is simple: consistency, accumulation, scale. Bonsai philosophy holds through the storm. Today's lesson: outside unstable, inside stable. Growth continues not because conditions are perfect, but because balance is maintained. World Observance, April 20th. Global Awareness Themes. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match June 11, 2026. 52nd days remaining. Final reflections. Rain falls, leaves replace blossoms. The moss holds, nothing blooms, but nothing stops. Thank you for your listening. This journey on Zen Bonsai Vibes. Thank you. Moss awaken in the heat. Subtle progress under early summer sun. Day 477. Day 477, April 22nd, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Today, the first thing I notice again is the moss. So, it seems that it seems to be dry. So I'll water it. After yesterday's rain and today's sudden early summer heat, the surface feels alive, balanced between moisture and warmth. Not dry, not overly wet, just enough. The Asahiyama Sakura buds continue to grow. Larger, more swollen, still stretching outward. And today there is something subtle. It feels like progress compared to yesterday. Still no bloom, still no leaves, but clearly something is moving forward. Tokyo today feels hot, almost like early summer. The light is stronger, the air is heavier, and in this shift, the moss becomes the key again. Bonsai reflection, progress you can't measure. Not all progress is visible. No petals, no leaves, and yet you can feel the difference. Growth sometimes exists before it appears. Then travel, Kudoyama to Weather Castle, from spiritual mountain to inland strength. With Asan to Kochi, India route parallels 8 detailed spots. Kishu Kudoyama, Kudoyama Wakayama. First, Kudoyama Koyasan area, spiritual mountain regions. Second, forest temple pathways, quite elevated calm. India parallels Assam, Kamakhaya temple, spiritual center on elevated terrain. Brahmaputra river, powerful natural flow, spiritual energy plus natural force. Third, mountain descent route, slow transitions. Fourth, river connected region, continuity of movement. India parallels Kaziranga National Park, ecosystem shaped by water and land. Maujiri Inland, river island life, like moss, like adapts to flow. Fifth, Nagano Basin landscape. Enclosed structural environment. Sixth, mountain stability zones, resilience and slow growth. India transition, Assam, South India, Western Ghats, long ecological spiritual. Niagara Hills, elevation and layered climate, terrain defined growth speed, Weather Castle, Nagano, 7. Weather Castle, compact but strategically powerful. 8. Surrounding plains and river systems, India parallel, Kochi Kerala, Fort Kochi, coastal structure with layered history, Bembanded Lake, calm expansive water system, structure adapts to environment. Global insight from river to coast. Across Japan and India, Assam to Kochi, river origin, mountain structure, coast expansion, moss foundation, different scales, same system. Spotify podcast expansion toward 10 billion plays. This is more than a visual record. It's a daily rhythm. One tree, one observation, one voice. Listen anywhere, then bonsai vibes. A tree, a day, a voice. Wide scales globally. Language, natural calm. Repeatable structure. Infinite daily continuity. Consistency become rich. Bonsai philosophy. Heat reveals progress. Today's signals. Heat increase. Moss stabilize. Buds expand, not bloom yet. Progress exists even without visible change. World Observance, April 22nd. Global Culture and Environment Awareness. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match June 11, 2026. 51st days remaining. Final reflection. The sun rises stronger. The buds expand further. The moss holds steady. Nothing blooms, but progress is real. Thank you for following this journey from Zen Bonsai Vibes on YouTube. Final reflection. Rain falls, the moss holds, the buds grow. Nothing blooms, but nothing is the same as yesterday. Thank you for following this journey. Moss holding in the rain. Quiet progress beneath the surface. Day 478. Description: YouTube podcast ready. Day 478, April 23rd, 2026, Tokyo. Today, the first thing I notice again is the moss. It holds moisture quietly under the rain. No dryness, no stress, just a soft, stable surface. The Asahiyama Sakura buds continue to grow. They are larger than yesterday, more swollen, still stretching upward, and today there is something subtle. It feels like progress. Not visible as bloom, but undeniable in presence. Tokyo is covered in rain today. Outside, everything slows down. Inside, everything continues. The Hakuchoge Serissa showed a small but clear change. The new sprout remains healthy. The entire web-like layer is gone. The surface feels clearer and calmer, less noise, more clarity. Bonsai reflection, progress without bloom. Today is about something important. Progress does not always look like results. No flowers, no leaves yet, no dramatic change, and still growth is happening. Then travel Kudoyama to Weather Castle, mountain spirit to inland strength. In the parallels, Hyderabad to Ahmedabad route, 8 detailed spots. Kishu Kudoyama, Wakayama. First, Kudoyama Koyasan area, spiritual mountain landscape. Second, forest paths and temples, quiet elevate stillness. In the parallels, Hyderabad region, Golconda Fort, elevated structure with deep history. Charminar, culture center and layered identity. Height creates perspective. Third, mountain descendant routes, slow transition into plains. Fourth, river corridors connecting regions. In the parallels, Hassan Sagar Lake, water stabilizing urban flow. Narmada River basin, long distance natural connection. Flow connects everything. Fifth, Nagano Inland Basin, structure, contained growth. Sixth, cool climate through development. In the parallels toward Ahmedabad, Sabaramati riverfront, structure urban landscape. Adaraji stepwell, water management and architecture precision. Structure emerge from control. Weather Castle Nagano. 7. Weather Castle strategic strength within inland terrain. 8. Surrounding plains and rivers, natural dense and flow. In the parallels, circulage roads. Spiritual plus structural integration, Lakshmi Villa Palace, scale, structure and openness. Strength comes from balance. Global insight, clarity after noise across Japan and India. Rain resets environment. Dryness creates imbalance. Moss reflects condition immediately. Different climates, same response. Spotify podcast expansion toward 10 billion plays. This is not just a visual record. It is a daily rhythm of observation. Same format, same tone, different micro changes. Listen globally, then bonsai vibes. A tree, a day, a voice. Wide scaled, simple structure. Global theme, natural plus calm. Dependable format. Cross-language adaptability. Consistency becomes rich becomes a scale. Bonsai philosophy, quiet progress. Today's truth. Buds grew, moss stabilizing, noise disappeared, nothing opened, but something advanced. World Observation April 23rd, World Bank Day. A reminder, small day page creates large stories. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match June 11, 2026. 49 days remaining. Final reflection. Rain falls. The moss holds. The beds grow. Nothing blooms, but nothing is the same yesterday. Attention day. Between rain and sun. Just like the moss. The Hakushogi Serissa shows a stronger contrast today. The new sprout remains healthy, but other leaves are turning darker, almost black. Growth and decline happening at the same time. Bonsai reflection. Between conditions. Today is not stable, but it's not unstable either. It is in transition, dry, wet, closed, opening, weak, recovering. Growth often happens in these in-between stables. Then travel Yoshino Kumano to Sannai Maruyama, from secured forest to ancient settlement. In the parallels Kochi to daily route, 8 detailed spots. Yoshino Kumano, Japan. First, Yoshino Mountains, layered sakura across slopes. Second, Kumano Kondo Trails, secured forest, Pilgrimage. In the parallels Kochi Kerala, Fort Kochi, cultural layers by the sea. Kerala backwaters, through waters, hidden systems. Like moss, like exists quietly breathe and bend movement. Third, forest to plain transitions, gradual environmental change. Fourth, river system linking regions. In the parallels, western coast, moisture-rich ecosystem. Namandara River, long-distance natural flow. Flow connects everything. Fifth, cooling climate zones, slower growth environment. Sixth, northern forest expansion. In the parallel toward Delhi, Rikugien mountain transition zone, Ganges River, spiritual and geological flow, environmental slope rhythm. Sannai Maruyama Aomori. Seventh, ancient settlement remains, early human structure. 8. Open land plus hidden system. Hidden. Red Fort, historical structure, curved mirror, layered time and architecture. Foundation lasts longer than surface expression. Across Japan and India, forest hidden system, river connection, structure memory, most indicator, different from semi-action. Spotify podcast expansion toward 10 billion plays. Listen here. Zen Bonsai vibes. A tree, a day, a voice. White can scale globally. Nature, universal language. Konto, global accessibility. Daily rhythm, habit formation. Micro change storytelling. Infinite connect. Consistency create momentum. Momentum create reach. Bonsai philosophy, almost there. Today's truth, vibes are ready. Moss is adjusting. Leaves shows contrast. Nothing blooms, but everything is closed. Moss between dry and rain, holding balance before bloom, day 479. Description YouTube, podcast ready. Day 479, April 24th, 2026, Tokyo. Today the story begins again with the moss. Yesterday's rain helped, but the surface still feels caught between dryness and moisture. Not dry, not free stable, just in between. The Asahiyama Sakura beds continue to expand. They are larger than yesterday, more swollen, still stretching upward, but today there is subtle tension. The beds feel slightly dryness-free. As if they are trying to open, but cannot yet. Still no green leaves, still no bloom, but something is pushing. Tokyo is raining this morning, but the sky is expected to clear. The tension. Day 480, 2026, from Tokyo, Japan. Them from at Them Bonsai Vibes. Today, both Bonsai, Serissa, and Asahiyama Sakura seems to be dry, so I will take it water. Here. The first thing I noticed that there is no flowers on the Asahiyama Sakura. The bud is not opened. I think it does not spreading, expanding. It seems to be so dry. I hope the new flower will come soon. The surface moss almost seems to be dry. The surface of rope is so tight. From everyday viewpoint, the new green is up to spreading. But the flower is not to be seen. The surface of moss seems to be so not to be dry, seems to be green. Moss enduring heavy rain, quiet strength beneath pressure. Day 482. Description YouTube podcast ready. Day 482, April 27th, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Today, everything begins again with the moss. Heavy rain Tokyo, strong, continuous, overwhelming. And yet, the moss simply endured. Not resisting, not reacting dramatically, just holding. The Asahiyama Sakura beds remain as they are, slightly not dry and spread, still reaching upward, still not opening. They do not move forward visibly today, but they remain, and that matters. Progress is not always seen. Sometimes it is believed. Today weather is difficult. Heavy rain, with clouds expected later, a day of pressure, a day where simply continuing is already enough. The actual Serissa shows a stronger shift. The new sprout is still healthy, but the most leaves are now darkening. almost entirely black in areas. A clear contrast, new life and stress existing together. Bonsai reflection endurance is also growth. Today it's not about change, it's about holding position. No blooms, no visible progress, no recovery yet, and still nothing collapsed. That is growth. Then travel Bichu Takamatsu Castle, Inuyama Castle. Water flood and elevated strength. India parallels Mumbai, Goa route, 8 detailed spots. Bichu Takamatsu Castle, Okayama. First, Bichu Takamatsu Castle ruins, known for historical flooding strategy. Second, lowland weather environment, land shaped by water. India parallels Mumbai, gateway of India, structure facing sea pressure. Marine drive, city edge against water. Water brings both life and pressure. Third, river plains and flood zones, controlled versus uncontrolled water, transition into inland elevation. India parallels Western Ghats, barrier-shaping climate, Konkan coast, intense rain and plus coastal life, environmental test resilience. 5th, elevation towards central Japan, stability increase. 6th, river systems become structured. India parallels Goa, Dafusngua Falls, powerful water movement. Ghat beach, calm and intensity. After pressure balance returns. Inuyama Castle, Aichi. 7th. Inuyama Castle, elevated structure above river. Kiso River flow, steady, controlled movement. In the parallels, Chopora Port, elevated structure overwhelming water. Basilica of Bam, Jesus, enduring structure through times. Elevation creates perspective. Global insight, pressure and endurance. Across Japan and India, rain, pressure, flood, transformation, elevation, stability, most silent endurance. Different environment, same lesson. Spotify podcast expansion to a 10 billion plays. This is series not about instant results. It is about daily continuity. Listen globally, then bonsai vibes. A tree, a day, a voice. Wide scales. Simple daily format. Universal theme. And plus calm, infinite micro variation. Habit forming structure. From one day, thousands of days. From one listener, global audience. Consistency becomes reach. Reach becomes scale. Bonsai philosophy. Staying with the earth. Today's truth. No blooms, no clear progress, visible stress, and still everything remains. World Observers April 22nd. Global Awareness Team. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match June 11, 2026. 45 days remaining. Final reflection. The rain falls. The leaves darken, the buds remain, nothing moves forward, but nothing breaks. Thank you for following this journey. Moths warming under clear skies, quiet hope in early summer, day 483. Description, YouTube, podcast, ready. Day 483, April 28, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Today begins again with the moth. After days of rain and pressure, the surface now sits beneath a clear blue sky. Tokyo is bright, dry, comfortably warm. It feels like early summer, and the moth under the sunlight seems to breathe again. The Asahiyama Sakura birds remain where they are, slightly dry and spread, still not opening, quietly standing in a place. And yet, I believe they have progressed since yesterday, not visibly, but internally. Sometimes the most important growth cannot be measured. 白鳥毛Serissa continues to show contrast. The new sprout still looks healthy. But many older leaves have become dark, almost black. A plant carrying both renewal and fortitude. Bonsai reflection, hope without proof. Today's lesson is simple. You do not always need evidence to believe in progress. The beds remain closed. The leaves remain dark. The future remains unseen, and still hope can be optional. Then travel, Hamamatsu Castle to Akita Castle, coastal energy to northern openness. In the parallel, Nanjara Pachengari fruit, 8 detailed spots. Hamamatsu Castle Shizuoka. First, Hamamatsu Castle, modest strength, strategic history. Second, Lake Hamana region, water, wind, open sky. In the parallels, Nanjara regions, Maharaji temple, sacred springs and calm environment. Bamboo caves, hidden depths beneath surface. Third, Pacific to inland transitions, changing humidity and light. Fourth, river plains opening northern world. In the parallels, Naramara Hills, rugged terrain and resilience. Krishna River Basin, movement and continuity. Flow connects distant places. Fifth, cooler northern zones, slower steady growth. Sixth, open agriculture plains, contained expansion. In the parallels, toward Pachangari tableland, elevation openness perspective. Maharashtra cooler climate beyond layered growth, height change rhythm. Akita Castle ruins, quiet northern structure. 8. Wide sky and open land, space without pressure. In the parallels, Plateau Fort, elevated residence, Karpas Plateau, seasonal blooms after warming. Some landscape bloom later. Global insight, wellness across regions across Japan and India. Some places bloom early, some bloom late, some stay quite longer. Different climates, same truth. Timing is local. Spotify podcast expansion toward 10 billion plays. This project grows through the repetition. Listen globally, then bonsai vibes. A tree, a day, a voice. White can be scaled massively. Daily emotional check-in. Universal natural theme. Calm audio for focus, sleeps, reflection, infinity story through tiny changes. 1 tree, thousands of days, millions of listeners. Consistency becomes legacy. Bonsai philosophy, faith in slow growth. Today's truth, no bloom, no dramatic recovery, no clear breakthrough. Yet progress may still be real. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. World Observance April 28th. Global Awareness Themes. Opening match June 11, 2026. 44 days remaining. Final reflection. The sky is clear. The most warmth, the bad weight. Nothing opens, but hope remains alive. Thank you for following this journey from Zen Bonsai Vibes on YouTube and podcast Then Bonsai vibes. Thank you very much for your listening. Most The moth says it first. No dramatic change, no sudden transformation, but it feels more settled, more natural, more alive. Sometimes progress is not visible in shape, but in atmosphere. The Asahiyama Sakura beds still stand quietly, still closed, still expanded, still waiting. But I believe they are further along today. The inside does not. The Hakuchoge Serissa almost remains mixed. The new sprout looks strong. Here, all the leaves remain dark. Balance is still negotiated. No breakthrough yet, but no collapse either. Bonsai reflection, same does not mean still. Today's lesson, what looks unchanged may already be changing. Roots deepen unseen. Buds prepare silently. Moths stabilize slowly. The eyes sees some sameness. Time sees progress. Then travel Sayama to Hida Takayama, urban eagle to mountain heritage. In the parallels, Kurishinagiri, Biru Pupu Ramu route, 8 detailed spots. Sayama Saitama. First, Sayama tea fields, cultivated green order near the city. Second, Lake Sayama area, calm reservoir landscape. In the parallels, Kurishinagari Dam, water shaping agriculture. Mango orchid of Kurishigari, seasonal cultivation landscape. Human care and nature can coexist. Third, plains rising into footfields, gradual elevation shifts. Fourth, river valleys through central Japan natural corridor. In the parallels, eastern Ghats corridors, terrain transitions, Ponebea River basin, long regional flow, geological guide movement. Hida Takayama, fifth, older town street, preserved timber beauty. Sixth, mountain basin climate, cooler, slower seasonal rhythm. In the parallels, Birupram route, Gingri Fort, structure rising from terrain, Aurobi region, international living and design, place shape mindset. Seventh, Takayama Mountain calm, content reflective growth. 8. South India plain heat, faster visible cycle, different climates, same search for balance. Global insight, slow and fast growth across Japan and India. Mountain region grows slowly, warm plains change faster, most types quiet in both. Different speeds, same life force. Spotify podcast expansion towards 10 billion plays. Listen globally. Then Bonsai vibes. A tree, a day, a voice. What it can scale. Daily continuity. Universal calm. Tiny changes. Endless stories. Authentic rhythm from real life. One tree, one day at a time. Worldwide resonance. Bonsai philosophy, invisible advancement. Today's truth. It looks the same, but it's not the same. That's how real growth often works. World Observance, April 29th. Global Awareness Name. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match June 11, 2026. 43 days remaining. Final reflection. clouds above, roots below, progress within, real tree, real moss, real seasons from Japan. Thank you for following this journey, for your listening. Thank you. Moss moving quietly forward. Same view, new progress, day 484. Description YouTube podcast ready. Day 484, April 29th, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Today feels almost the same as yesterday. The sky is cloudy. The air is softer. The pace is quieter. And yet, I feel that everything has moved forward. Moss advancing in silence. India, Japan Travel Yoga Fusion Day 485. Description YouTube podcast ready. Day 485, April 13th, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Cloudy skies today. The sense looks almost unchanged. Yet the moss feels steadier. The birds still wait. The roots keeps walking. Quiet progress continues. Bonsai reflection. What looks still may already be moving. Moss settles. Birds prepare. Season shifting. Energy beds. That's real growth. India to Japan Travel Yoga Fusion. Azumino to Naha, 10, Lemeshuji Fort, Mumbai, Noshik, Goa. Each place becomes a movement. Azumino Steady, Azumino River Flow Stretch, Japan. Inspired by crystal steam of Azumino. Raise both arms slowly while inhaling. Lower like flowing water while exhaling. Repeat 5 times. Open the legs and shoulders. Second, Team Lake Balance Pose, India. Inspired by calm leg inside busy theme. Stand on one leg, hands together at chest. 10 seconds each side. Focus inside cows. 3. Mumbai Sunrise Energy Pose, India. Inspired by Marine Drive morning movement. Step feet wide. Swim arms upwards strangely. Deep inhale. Repeat 10 times. Wakes body. Energize morning. Fourth, Ramashuji Fort Warrior Handle, India. Inspired by fort endurance. Large position, arm overhead, look forward proudly, hold 20 seconds, build legs and confidence. Fifth, Nashik Vineyard Twist, India. Inspired by Nasik Valley forming land. Feet apart, twist waist left and right and slowly, 10 reps. Improve digestion and inspire mobility. 6. Goa Ocean Brass Pose, India. Inspired by Goa coastline. Close eyes, inhale 4 seconds through nose, exhale 6 seconds through mouth, 5 rounds, stress relief. Seventh, Naha Sea Wind Side Stretch, Japan. Inspired by Okinawa breeze. Raise one arm and overhead. Land sideways gently, 10 seconds each side. Open legs and side body. 8. Maharashtra Mountain Ridge, India. Inspired by Highland cool air, interlock figure overwhelming. Stretch upward strongly. Hold 15 seconds. Spine decomposition. 9th, Masalan Quiet Walk Meditation, India. Inspired by free hill town silence. Walk slowly in pairs. Breathe naturally. 1 minute. Mental reset. 10 Zen Moss Guideline. Bow Japan to India. Hands together. Bow slowly. Thanks, body, each breath. Travel energy route. Japan. Azumi clear water. Naha open sea. Bonsai patience. India. Theme balance in city life. Mumbai energy. Ramesh Fort resilience. Nashik grounded endurance. Abundance. Goa relaxation. Maharashtra elevation. Marathon silence. Global insight. Japan teach calm form. India teach living energy. Most teach steady progress. Yoga unites them all. Spotify podcast expansion to a 10 million plays. Listen globally, then Bonsai vibes at 3 a day a voice. Now expanding into travel yoga, bonsai wisdom, global healing content, daily pace routines, one tree, one breeze, worldwide habit, final reflection, clouds above, robots below, India and Japan within one breeze, real tree, real moss, real season from Japan. Thank you for your listening. Moss advancing in silence, same shape, deeper progress. Day 485. Description YouTube, podcast ready. Day 485, April 13th, 2026, Tokyo, Japan. Today looks much like yesterday. The sky is cloudy. The light is gentle. The atmosphere is calm. And yet, I feel everything has moved a little further forward. The moss revealed it fast. No dramatic shift, no sudden color burst, but it feels deeper, steadier, more settled. Progress is sometimes so quiet that only patient can notice it. The Asahiyama Sakura beds still remain pressed, still closed, still full, still waiting. But waiting does not mean stopping. Something inside continues. The Hakuchoi Serissa also remains in a transition. New growth still holds energy. Older leaves still carry stress. Balance is forming slowly. No clear finish line yet, only movement. Bonsai reflection, hidden home momentum. Today's lesson, what appears unchanged may already contain momentum. Roots deepen, buds prepare, moss stabilize, seasons turn quietly. Stillness can be movement in diagnosis. Travel. Azumi to Naha. Alpine water to tropical sea. In the parallels, turn Ramesh Fort route. 8 detailed spots. Azumi now. First, Azumi spring water packs. Crystal clear stream and calm fields. Second, Northern Alps backdrop. Mountain air and slow rhythm. In the parallels, theme. Upper Lake, urban water and calm reflection. Yagoa Hills, green elevation besides city life. Water and mountains create perspective. Third, Central Plains to Southern Coast, a changing temperature. 4. Rivers linking inland to sea, movement through geography. In the parallels, Godavari basin routes, long natural corridors. Western Ghats transition climate shifts by elevation. Travel reveals layers of climate and place. Naha Okinawa, 5th. Naha waterfront, open sea energy. 6. Shuri cultural legacy nearby, identity and resilience. In the parallels, Ramesh region. Ramesh Fort, elevated endurance and strategic view. Padabari Caves, time layered into stone, coastline and fort both tech and resilience. 7th, Azumino coastal fishiness, measured seasonal growth. 8. Naha tropical rhythm, faster cycle, stronger sun. Different climates, same search for balance. Global insight, slow north, fast south. Across Japan and India, cooler zones often move quietly. Warmer zones change visibly faster. Most adapts to both. Different temps, same life process. Spotify podcast expansion to a 10 billion plays. Listen globally. Then Bonsai vibes. A tree a day, a voice. Wide cam scale. Real daily observation. Calming rhythm. Universal nature themes. Endless micro progress stories. One real tree, one real day, a global habit. Bonsai philosophy, progress without drama. Today's truth, nothing flashily happened, and yet progress continued. That's how racing things grow. World Observation, April 13th. Global Awareness Themes. Countdown, FIFA World Cup 2026. Opening match, June 11th, 2026. 42 days remaining. Final reflection. Clouds above, quiet roots below. Mountains within. Real tree, real moss, red seasoned from Japan. Thank you for following this journey from Tokyo, Japan. Moss rising through stillness. Same view, higher growth, day 486. Description YouTube, podcast ready. Day 486, May 1st, 2026, Tokyo. Today looks much like yesterday. Cloudy sky, soft light, quiet air. And yet, I can feel that everything has moved slightly forward again. The surface looks the same, the inside does not. I'll take it to water. Serissa and Asahiyama Sakura. Most report, the moss continues its silent walk. No dramatic color shift, no sudden expansion, but it feels more rooted, more natural, more settled. This is how red stability grows. This is how real stability grows quietly. Asahiyama Sakura. The paths remain growth in place. The paths remain in place. Still waiting, still holding home, still carrying possibility. No bloom yet, but no frozen. Progress can happen without spectacle. Hakuchou is Serissa. The balance continues. New growth still carries life. Older leaves still show stress. The plant is negotiating its next phase. Nothing final, everything alive. Bonsai reflection. Them is not static. Today's lesson. Some sameness and stillness are different things. What looks unchanged may be improving beneath the surface. Then travel Kakegawa to Osaka. Castle roads, tea hills, and urban momentum. India parallels, Pathan Court, Betancourt, Manali Route, 8 detailed spots. Kakegawa, Shizuoka. Kakegawa Castle, elegant structure with samurai calm. Second tea fields nearby, green order across hills. In the palace, Betancourt, Ranji Sugar Dam, water and structure together. Castle Pass Temple, rooted tradition. Forts and fields both require patience. Third, Shizuoka to Kansai route, movement through productive plains. 4 rivers, towns, industry, history, may layered in one corridor. In the palace, Kangura Valley, transition from plains to elevation. Beard River, lifeline to the mountains, root shops, civilization. Osaka, 5th, Osaka Castle, strengthened inside a modern city. 6th, Dotonbori, energy, movement like appetite. In the palace toward Manali, Kurubari, movement through mountain life. Manali, altitude, renewal, cool perspective. City's energy, mountain clarity. Climate contrast. 7. Kakegawa tea calm, disciplined growth. 8. Mari mountain air, refreshing reset. Different climates, same human need. Balance. Spotify podcast expansion to a 10 billion plays. Listen globally. Then, Bonsai vibes, a tree a day, a voice. Why to keep growing? Daily rhythm, real observation, peaceful atmosphere, universal meaning from small movements. One tree, one day, infinite resonance. Bonsai philosophy, invisible forward motion. Today's truth, nothing fresh and change, but movement continues. That's how meaningful things grow. World observation, May 1st, International Workers' Day, Labor Day, a reminder that steady effort matters. Countdown FIFA World Cup 2026, April, March, June 11, 2026. 41 days remaining. Final reflection. Crowds above, moss below, progress within, real tree, real moss, real season from Japan. Thank you for this journey.